Something that I love about you, my love.
I love how witty and quirky you are. You're like the weirdest person I've ever met.
You know what? That's what sets you apart from normal people.
What?
Grow up.
Next time we're doing 10 things I hate about you. I hate being interrupted.
You can't make inside jokes on a podcast.
I really wish I could tell you guys.
Oh, no. Welcome to another episode of At Our Place with Megan and Sherell.
I'm Sherell.
And I'm Megan. And we are married. We're both gals. And we play music together.
I do not identify as a gal. I identify as a woman.
I actually have a case against that.
What do you mean?
I think you're a fall girly.
Ew. A what? A fall girly? What is that, like a basic bitch?
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those.
You're the one that kept tabs on Starbucks buy one get one fall flavor deals.
It's not because of the fall flavors, it's because of the get one aspect of it.
Yeah, but then I had to get a fall flavor
for free.
I don't think I'm a fall flavor girl.
Well, I'm down for a free drink. Doesn't matter what it is.
We went on a little date though. That was nice.
That was nice. Also, tomorrow's Thursday and it's the last day to do it. So guess what? Gonna do it.
Ooh, but I don't like the apple flavor. But
I get the pumpkin spice.
I like the pumpkin spice, but I prefer a regular latte.
Yuck. Well, then I'll just go and I'll get a free one and then I'll give it to somebody else.
A girl?
Yeah. One of our listeners. Meet me here tomorrow and you get a free drink.
They're going to hear this after tomorrow. So I guess you're going to be all alone with your BOGO deal.
Stood up.
How are you doing, babe?
I'm great. I can hear our son getting into something.
Do you care to explain?
Lico, our little puppy, he's 2 years old and he's like a 2-year-old toddler with scissors. So he's running around destroying something outside and I'm just going to have to pretend that I don't hear him.
Yeah, he likes to roll around in the leaves and the dirt. I've accepted that as a fact.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I feel like you've had a lot of changes the past week. So I think that people need an update because you, number one, started eating fish again.
Yuck. Yeah. I'm a vegetarian. I have been a vegetarian for 7.5 years.
Longer than we've been together.
Yeah, actually.
It's almost like you were married to vegetarianism.
Did you know that I quit drinking caffeine and quit eating meat the same day?
Yes. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It must have been really, really good for your body.
It is. Although I do still drink tea. That's the most caffeine I have.
Whoa.
Coffee.
Why did you do that?
Because I felt like it would be good for me and also felt like morally I needed to. So I did. And now, 7 years later, I feel at peace to eat fish, which is funny because I've never been a fish person. So I've slowly been making a few meals with like shrimp and salmon.
You're really good at cooking fish.
I told you I was very good at making meat.
I never really eat fish that often at all ever. And Sherell made the most amazing fish I've ever had. Boom. The seasoning was like so spectacular.
Look, if you want your food to be seasoned, ask a person of color to make it. That's what I gotta say. Yeah,
well, I'm allowed to ask you because we're married.
Yeah. So I've been doing that, and I think we've only had it like 2 or 3 times. It's been good. It tastes really good. It's just mentally still a little bit hard for me to indulge in that.
Why?
Because I'm imagining eating something that was living.
That's fair.
It's hard.
Don't some people in the world eat like live things? Is
That's
that a
disgusting.
thing? Is that a thing?
I don't know. That's cannibalism. That's disgusting.
No.
What's wrong with you?
Not cannibalism. Like, aren't there some parts, like, don't people eat, like, if there's a live fish or something, they like pop it in their mouth? Like, I don't know. Isn't that or like a bug or something?
Babe, I don't know, but I am revolted.
I could be wrong.
That's disgusting.
JVN, Jonathan Van Ness, did a Netflix TV show. It's like Getting Curious or something.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And one of the episodes is about like eating bugs and how healthy the protein is.
I'm literally a vegetarian and you're talking about eating live things.
It's
Yuck.
healthy for you.
Then you do it.
I don't want to do it. Sounds gross.
This is off the rails, people. Off the rails.
Also, we've had a crazy weekend.
Oh, because of my neck.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the people, since you're looking at me wanting me to share my
I feel like I have nothing exciting to share, so I feel like you have all the things. Like, sometimes you have all the exciting things, and sometimes I have all the exciting things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you said it pretty clearly just then.
I meant you other.
You know what I mean? Yes.
You get me? You're picking up what I'm putting
speak English
down.
and I understand English most of the time, so yes.
So on Saturday, 6:30 a.m. in the morning.
Was it Saturday or Friday?
It was a Saturday.
That sucks.
It was my first day off in the weekend, and Sherell goes, ow, ow, or something like that.
I don't think it was as muffled as that.
It's probably like,
ah, ow, my effing God.
it wasn't a scream, but maybe you told me.
I think I was screeching and you were fast asleep.
I get things straight.
Because I was screeching for a while before you went.
I'm so tired. Like, I'm gonna just laugh this entire episode. So I woke up
to my screeching.
I don't think it was screeching. I think you were like, babe, my neck really hurts.
No. I woke up startled because it felt like I had been partially decapitated.
Now I'm like imagining you waking up like like startled by yourself.
I was. I think I tried to shift. This is what happened. It was like 5:30 in the morning. And
yeah, actually, yeah, it was like 5:30 or 6.
It was like 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning because we watched TV once we got me to the couch. But you like, I woke up, I shifted in my sleep, realized something was drastically wrong with my neck, and went, just started screeching.
It was a bit of a blur.
And you just laid there all nice and cuddled up and quiet, sleeping away, and then I whacked you. What was it? Babe!
Oh, that's what it, babe.
Yeah, sure.
My neck is hurting. And I was like, okay. And then you were like, it's like 10 out of 10 pain or something. And I was like, okay. And then somehow we got you to...
I said 10 out of 10 pain.
I don't remember exactly what you said. It was very early. Something in me registered. I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep because this is important. And so I helped you get out of bed and you were like literally in tears, and it made me like cry
because you wanted to go back to sleep and you couldn't.
It made me cry inside because you were crying on the outside.
Oh, well, that's sweet.
And you never cry, so it was really bad.
I cry sometimes, occasionally.
No, you cry when it's like really, really bad.
When I am distraught, I cry.
Yeah. So we got her to the living room. We watched the latest episode of The Morning Show, which, by the way, it's coming out every week. And
it's already out. It's out tonight.
A new episode.
Yeah, so do you want to watch a movie instead?
No. We have to wait a whole week between episodes. So we watched that at like 6 in the morning. until we could take you to
the chiropractor. Guess what? No chiropractor was open where we live because there was a chiropractor convention.
Well, some of them were closed on Saturdays, and then I called one that was supposed to be open, and she was like, oh, our chiropractor's not here, and also like there's a higher ed thing going on for chiropractors this weekend, so I'm really sorry. That's might be why you're not reaching any. And we're like, dang it. So then we went to urgent care, and they gave me a ton of meds.
Which, by the way, we had to drive a long while to go search different chiropractors and then eventually backtrack to go to urgent care. And that entire time, every single time you hit a pothole or made a turn,
I felt so bad.
It felt like, the best way I could describe it is if somebody stuck the tip of a dagger into my neck partially and stabbed my spine and then just kind of left it in there.
Oh my gosh.
And so then every time my neck would wobble, it would like hit it.
And like I was like, you were crying in pain in the car, and I was like on the verge of crying because I was like, I don't know how to fix this. Like, I don't know if urgent care can fix this. I don't know, you know, with the chiropractor, whatever. I don't know what this is. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so stressful. You got some really strong pain medication. They stuck a needle in your butt.
Yeah. She said, you're going to get a shot. I said, okay, I'm ready. She said,
pull down your pants.
Pull down your pants. And I said, what?
She said, let me see that.
I was like, I mean, it's a good one, but my wife is right there, lady. So
we got you home. You had a few days of still being a 9 out of 10 pain, but at least you're on meds.
Yeah, today is the first day that I felt well enough to not take the medication. And other than being slightly stiff, oh yeah, I did go to the chiropractor like twice in the last 3 days.
He literally, I've never been to a chiropractor before.
How was that for you?
I was like, okay, he was like, sit like this. And I was going to watch, but I was like, oh, he's just checking her out. You know, I'm going to like scroll on my phone for a second. And then I hear a crack. And I look up the millisecond after, and he had like twisted your head fully to the side.
Broke my neck.
I was like, I knew how chiropractors worked, but like being in the same room for some reason just, and then he put you on your front side, and he was like touching your back, and I was like watching, and it was like, boom, cracked like half of your back into place, and I literally, my jaw dropped. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. There. Literally, I was like I've never seen it before. That was wild.
Was it easier the second time that you
kind of? He didn't do it like as much. He did it like once a bit. It's so fascinating. But anyway, now you're feeling like slightly better. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's still stiff. The muscles are still stiff, but I've worked out today, so we're good.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Been a crazy week.
Yeah, it's nice to be not in pain. I feel like we were kind of fighting all weekend, too.
Yeah, we were both, like, stressed all week, and, like, the smallest word would set each other off. Like,
what do you mean by that? Don't tell me that. What do you...
Yeah.
I feel like we were... I don't know. We were both stressed out. We were both exhausted. I was in pain. I was drugged up, and you wanted me to like show up for you logistically in some areas, and I was just like not having it. So I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry too for whatever I may have said. I don't
think you. The thing is, I don't really remember much of the last 3 days.
I can't really blame you for being like in a bad mood because you were in like a lot of pain and you were on medication. So yeah. It is what it is. I'm glad you're better now, though.
Me too. So other than all that, you good?
I'm doing well. I'm a little nervous for this weekend. So I went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and I was part of the marching band. I played cymbals.
Dork.
Shout out. The best section in the band. And it was super fun during my college years. And now this weekend, they do it every year.
Everybody's going back.
Not everybody, but some people. There's like the alumni band thing that happens every year, which is a football game that they choose that they're like, the alumni band can come back and play with the band. And if you choose to be in a certain section of the alumni band, you can like drink while you're playing, and it's super fun. And
which can I say, as a bystander, there's nothing funnier than watching a bunch of alumni drink a ton, get smashed, and then do marching band stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like band is a lifestyle.
Anyway, I'm a little bit stressed about it because this happened last year where I wasn't super fit. I wasn't working out or anything, and I wasn't used to it. And so I did the alumni band, and then my arms were like so sore. I was so exhausted. Like, you're marching all around and you're just like, I don't know. Plus seeing a lot of people from college, like seeing people from the past in general is a little bit stressful.
Why?
Leading up to it. I don't know why. Like, it's just like, I just want to avoid anything awkward, I guess. And it's always a little bit awkward starting to see people again that you haven't seen in a long time. I don't know. But once I get there, it's like, okay. It's more of the leading up to it.
You're basically shy.
Yeah, it's like,
you're an introvert.
I'm afraid of it being draining. A little bit, I guess. I don't know.
You're an introvert. I get it.
Once I get there, it's okay, though.
So, yes, we are going back to your college.
Yeah.
To go see your alumni friends.
I know it'll be good, probably. So it'll be good to see a few people that I know.
See all your little stomping rounds and all your funny little college-y friends who are 5 years older but still the same.
Yeah, we all get to see them.
Anyway, cool.
So that's how I'm doing. I'm a little bit nervous for that and I'm tired, but other than that, I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah. Also, I did a gig on Sunday while you were resting at home, and that went pretty well.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a two of us thing, and you took it on.
Yeah, I was like, babe, I got this.
I don't think that's how that went, but thanks.
You were like, I'm in such pain, and I like put my shoulders back, and I was like, babe,
ew,
I can do this for us.
That's disgusting. Not a fan. Not a fan of that.
But it went pretty well, and everybody loved me, so it was good.
I think I slept while you were doing your thing. I literally don't remember. It's a haze of
you sleeping,
were so
loopy.
Watching TV, sleeping, watching TV while sleeping.
So what are we talking about today? Oh yeah, it's our 10th podcast episode.
Ooh, we've been doing this for 10 weeks.
That's, how many months is that? 2.5?
Sure.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool. Consistent.
How do you feel from the start of when we started doing the podcast to now?
The same.
What do you mean?
I like it. It's enjoyable. I keep doing it. 10 out of 10.
Okay, like
recommend.
Put yourself in your shoes 10 weeks ago. Little starry-eyed Sherell.
I don't think I've ever been little and starry-eyed.
I want to start a podcast. We're going to start a podcast together. How did you feel then versus now?
Do you want the honest truth? Like the unfiltered honest truth?
Obviously, nobody deserves it.
I have been wanting to do a podcast for years, and I finally talked you into it. So it's cool, but my unfiltered truth is 10 weeks ago, I was a little stressed because you're a perfectionist. I was like, this is going to be so much work. I don't know about this.
Wait, why? Why would it be so much work?
Because you want everything to be just right. And when you're starting something new, it's never going to be just right.
We had to like start the whole flow of setting up the podcast. But now we like know what we're doing, kind of.
Well, sometimes. Anyway. What are we talking about today? Well,
I thought it would be fun to go off of the 10th podcast episode.
You were very sold on it. I was not that down, and you have talked about this for the last week.
I was like, the number 10 is just so like round, and it's so
it's because you're in marketing. You're like, we can't waste this opportunity.
I was the next coolest number after 10 is like 100. So that's how I feel.
So you're not going to be like 15, 20,
no
30 things.
100.
Okay, so you don't need to keep going. It's 10. Got it.
The next episode we're going to celebrate is 100. Wow. If we can keep track.
Okay. Not celebrating anything between now and then. Not 50, not 25,
maybe.
Nothing.
We'll like mention it, but it won't be a whole like theme. So the theme of today, which Sherell came up with after I bugged her, is...
You realize that That's gonna be 90 weeks from now.
That's 2 years. That's almost 2 years. There's 52 weeks in a year. I feel like we're gonna be old and gray
In 2 years. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay. I was like, wait, you're gonna be 30, but no, you're not.
Oh, not quite yet, but I might get a gray hair or two.
That's
judging
already
by how overworked I am. I'm gonna have wrinkles. You know how the president ages like 100 years in 4 years or something like that?
Sure, yeah.
Because they're so stressed out. I should say him. It's never a they or she. It's just him.
It's just always a him, and
I was trying to keep it like
looks ragged,
yeah.
ratchety.
Joe
rugged.
looks the same, probably.
Joe, you're on first name basis.
Yeah, Joe.
I don't know. He has looked like he is 90 for the last 30 years. Oh.
Okay, we didn't even say what the topic.
I threw it over to you and you started talking about oldness and wrinkles.
You came up with the topic, and it is the 10 things I love about you. Well, you said, let's do the 10 things I hate about you.
Yeah.
And I was like, that sounds super negative. Also, I probably won't be able to come up with that many things. 10 things I love about you sounds adorable.
Is it okay if we do like 5 and 5?
Yes.
Instead of 10 from me, 10 from you?
Yes.
Just because otherwise it's going to be a very long episode.
Mm-hmm. One thing.
We didn't write these down yet. These are just off the dome.
This is improvised.
It's called improv, not improvised.
This is improvised. That makes sense too. It doesn't like matter. Sometimes we say
Saturday night improvised.
Sometimes we say stuff to each other, and then we say like you'll say something to me and I'll say it. That doesn't matter, or vice versa. Vice versa.
Well, I'm just saying people call it improv. They don't say, oh, want to join me for Tuesday night improvised?
No, I get it. Like, moving on. You're like gonna be stuck on this one word. You're gonna be stuck on this one word.
Anyway,
for like
what do you
minutes.
love about me? Let's go.
One thing that I love about you.
Why do I feel like you're about to make fun of me?
I'm not. I'm just buying time because I have to come up with like something that really means something. You know what I mean? Okay, just give me like 5 seconds.
Oh my
to think.
gosh.
Give me 10 seconds to think.
Oh, you're really on this 10 theme.
Something I love about you is how funny you are.
That's nice.
It sounds so like boring when I say it.
Well, care to elaborate?
I feel like I've seen a quote online that says you don't remember what they said, but you remember how they made you feel. And I'm totally going to be one of those people that's like, if you, God forbid, go before me,
Go before you? Oh, die?
It's a nicer way of saying it. If you pass before I do, I'm probably going to be like, I don't remember any specific moments, but I remember that I loved her and now my heart is breaking.
Baby, that was sad for no reason.
I don't remember how I got here.
That was uncalled for sadness.
But if I look at my phone or something, I'll remember like funny moments, I think.
Now I'm sad. Also, you won't remember moments. Like, what about when I proposed to you? Like, what about when we had our first child? What about...
That wasn't a funny moment. Okay. A funny moment, for example, is when you...
No, I don't say it again because then it's not funny.
No. So I remember this. You're in the living room with a giant blanket and you hold it up in front of you, hiding yourself, and you're playing a prank on the dogs and you're like, I'm disappearing. And you let the blanket go and you like run away and the dogs freak out. That kind of humor where you're completely ridiculous is funny to me. And I love love top tier that part of you.
What did you used to call it? You don't say it anymore. You used to call it comedy gold.
Comedy gold. I guess so. I guess I used to say that a bit.
One thing I love about you is how meticulous you are.
Oh. Okay, explain. Explain so I can soak up the love.
Okay. If I were to start a podcast, I would just grab my phone, sit on the bed. There would be no camera involved. And I would just record directly into my phone and then upload it. And that's that. And if I really wanted to get fancy, I'd be like, go to some site and get some basic graphic. And that'd be that. You, for every single thing that you make in the world, you have very high standards and you're very, very meticulous about it. Every single thing is thought out. And I enjoy that about you because you never just throw something together. You care about the things that you make and you care about what you work on. You care about your art. You care about your creativity. You care about your work. And I love that it's all at this high standard. Like even before I met you, it was just common knowledge that Megan Stonson as an artist, your name wasn't Megan Stonson back then, but Megan Stonson as an artist had a higher standard than almost everybody else. I love that about you. You have very high standards and you're very meticulous. Are you crying?
No.
Baby, you're crying.
No, I'm not.
You're on your period.
No. I just like when you talk about me. Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
What does that make, like, that genuinely makes you feel like love inside when I'm like, hey, we need to do the spreadsheet or whatever? Like,
yes, because I look at you and I love you and I love the things that you make. Like, it brings me joy watching you take such care with the things that you make.
Thank you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something I love about you is when you dream about things, because you're quite the visionary. And sometimes you'll pace around the house with ideas and you'll just be like, okay, I made a whole Word doc of all these ideas that I've written down about this thing. And just imagine if it, like, you paint pictures of things and you get people excited about things and you're just a visionary. And I love that about you because it, like, you make things feel like they have a bigger purpose than just in your head. Like, you make really big things sound exciting and meaningful and like they'll change the world. You know, sometimes those ideas don't work out, or sometimes it's a cool idea like this podcast or the stuff we do together, but I just sit there and watch you in awe. Yeah, so I love that about you.
Thank you, baby. That means a lot.
It just makes my heart like feel there's hope and purpose in this world when you're talking about literally anything. Like, if you're like, we're gonna redo the yard and I'm gonna take out all these weeds and it's gonna be blah blah blah, sometimes I'm a little
I feel like that is a speech that I have made.
It is, yeah. You were like, it's gonna be so great and you know, this and that and blah 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 if we put the string lights and I just love when you get into that dreamer space.
Aw.
Yeah.
It doesn't drive you crazy?
Only sometimes. But it's kind of like what they say of the thing that annoys you about someone. If you took it away, it would also take away the things you love about them. So sometimes you dream big and all of this, and I say, we're too busy right now. I don't want to do anything more. Like, this isn't going to change the world. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little...
Well, if we don't have weeds, it'll change our community. It will change us.
Pretty much. But yeah, you do it for a lot of things, and it's the engine that keeps us going, and it makes me happy to see you in that element. Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
My turn. Number 2.
Yes. How old are you?
If they're listening, they didn't catch it.
She made a little like face. Like, oh, I just said number 2. My word.
I love how high a value you put on your family.
Oh, thanks, baby.
Seriously, you're constantly worrying about your family, constantly taking care of them, constantly trying to figure out how we can visit them, show up for them. And I have somewhat of a distance with my very big family, and I'm not always that intentional with them. And so when I look at you, like, I love that you are always like, your family is like at your core, you know. And I've known that since before we were dating. Like, you pulled me into your family, and I got to see how close you were with them.
I love my family.
Yeah, I love how much, like, I don't fully understand it, but you were on the phone with Rachel like twice a day. And most of the time you're not talking.
My sister Rachel, she sent me an Instagram post today. She like messages me Instagram posts kind of like you do, and it was a picture that somebody else had said on Twitter or something, and they said, what do people do when they don't have a sister? Like, I really don't understand what they do with their time. And I'm like, yep, like, growing up we spent so much time together, like goofing off. And
yeah,
but I love my family.
Yeah.
And I love you.
I love you too.
You're my family.
Yeah, it's not weird to think about.
It is weird. It's like my immediate family.
It's now me. I'm your immediate family. They are extended family.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's so confusing.
I am now your immediate family, and they are now extended family.
That's crazy.
Or maybe they're just extended to me.
I
don't know. Somebody tell us. Did I just shove your family out of the way?
No. Something that I love about you is how frickin' good with people you are. I was talking to you today about this, but like sometimes you come home and you're just like, oh, I met this person and they said to do this and I met this person and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I meet exactly like 0.25 people a day, maybe less.
What's the point? What's the 5?
I don't meet new people every day, and you just connect with people and you don't even mean to, and you don't even try, and you just connect on a deep human level. I just it's crazy to me. Like, you just have like a spiritual connection with people. I look at you and it makes my heart get so full when I see you interacting with other people.
Aww. Thanks, babe.
Especially because it's like if we hang out with people or we go to the same place, I like to connect with people, but you just do it so effortlessly. Like, it's just so, I love watching it.
I appreciate that. I actually used to be quite shy.
Oh.
Yeah, I grew out of it though.
Do you feel like more natural self?
I think once I came into myself and came out, I stopped being shy. I just felt confident in myself.
I love confident you. It's like a confidence too, being able to like connect with people and stuff like that.
I appreciate that.
Even it's just like anywhere, like it's crazy. Like shit, you go to like the post office or something and you'll come back and you'll be like, I found out that the post office son is in a band and we met him this one time. And like, that's just a made up scenario, but it would totally have happened. Or like, oh, I went to the veterinarian and they said it was blah, 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 we should hang out with them and blah blah blah. I'm like you're not like a bubbly chatty person, but you just I'm
not bubbly.
it's just I love it. It's crazy.
Well, I love you. Is that a raccoon? That's a cat.
Anyway.
Well, thank you for that.
You don't gotta thank me for just laying out the facts.
I will say, contrary to your point, today I was trying to climb the 6-foot wall. That was my workout today. And there were these students who were like, I think they were students. It was like a surveying group.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all had these giant, like, funny tripod things and these rulers. Mm-hmm. And they reminded me of my nephews because they wanted to be around me, but they didn't want to call attention to
See, you just like...
I was just like, go away. But they were like, all just kind of hanging out 3 feet away from me. And I'm just like, do you guys need me to move? No, you're good. You're good.
Like, people just are, like... magnetic to you. Like, they just want to be around you. So I love it.
I appreciate that. Today I did not want to be around them, but they were cute.
No.
little survey nerds. Okay, one thing I love about you. This is my third thing.
I like this. I feel like we're getting like showered.
Can I say physical attributes, or is that like a
Sure. Now I'm intrigued.
Well, one of the things that I loved first about you, other than your voice,
My butt.
was your eyes.
Oh.
You seriously have really, really blue eyes.
Oh.
Yeah. No way. The moment that I knew that I was in love with you, you looked at me, you were wearing a blue jumper and your eyes were popping. Jumpsuit. What's a jumper?
I'm not really sure, but a jumpsuit has the pants.
Well, in England, a jumper is like a sweater.
Oh, in England.
I thought here a jumper was a one-piece thing.
Probably. I think it doesn't include feet, but I don't know what the difference is.
You had a long blue thing on, and it made your eyes pop. A moo-moo.
What?
So is that what it is? A moo-moo?
What's that?
Look it up. I dare you. Look up a moo-moo.
Wait, you dare me?
I dare you to look up a moo-moo right now on my phone.
Okay, hold on.
Pause.
If you're listening, you gotta look it up with me because you probably also don't know what it is. Oh. Well, there's a picture of a really cool, like, African-looking lady, but then there's pictures of these, like, white ladies in their nightgowns. Oh, my gosh. I feel like my grandma had one of these, maybe, for, like, her nightgown. Is it, like, a nightgown?
I feel like moo-moos are coming back.
Oh, my gosh. No, it wasn't.
So she was wearing one of those.
No, I wasn't. I was not.
Oh, that's funny. No, so I love your eyes. I think that you're beautiful.
Aww.
So, I genuinely do.
You're beautiful.
Quite frankly, I think you're sexy and beautiful and hot.
Oh,
So
that's a lot of things.
and I see you when you're like on the toilet and when you're like sleeping and your mouth is open and you're making breathing noises.
Aww.
So I think you're hot.
Sweet honey.
But I feel like that one shouldn't count because it's physical attributes.
I think it can count.
Okay.
Out of everybody, you're the one person that can like objectify me and I won't mind.
Okay, well, I think you're beautiful, and that's one of the things I love about you is you're just fucking hot. Every time you look at me, you're just hot.
I can't help it. Thank you, baby.
I used to whack you in the head with a pillow or yell at you and just be like, stop looking that good in the morning.
You do that.
Yeah, sometimes I still do.
Something that I love. Am I on number?
You're on
I'm on 4. Something that I love about you, my love. I love how you interact with children. It's hilarious. You're just so funny. Like, okay, wait, maybe that ties into the funny point.
No, keep going. I like it.
You just, okay, Sherell has like 14 nephews and nieces and now.
Which means you do.
Yeah, I have inherited them and I love them. Sherell just is similar to how she interacts with our dogs. She'll just like prank them and wrestle with them and put them in a box and scoot them around the floor. And like if they're old enough, you just joke with them. Like when they're teenagers, you make funny jokes at them and like you're a cool aunt, but in like a fun, childish way.
Aw, thanks.
Childlike, not childish.
Thanks.
You're childish. Oh. Grow up.
Well, I also think you're funny, but I can't say it because you said it.
Yeah, you gotta come up with something unique. I think you told me about like a few times that you've babysat for your nephews and nieces and you would like pull legit pranks on them and they wouldn't have the mental capacity to pull something as good on
They
you.
suck.
I think, you know what, that's what sets you apart from normal people.
What?
Like, you said one time you were babysitting your nephews and nieces and you put toothpaste inside of an Oreo, right? Something like that.
Oh, we were doing a pull-up contest. We were doing a pull-up contest, and whoever could do the most pull-ups would get, I don't know, it was some sort of challenge. And then they won Oreos, but then I put toothpaste in the Oreos, and they were like, ah! So then I was like, okay, that was mean. Here's some water, and I put a bunch of salt in their water cups. So they're like, ah! And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Go brush your teeth, get the taste out. And I put salt in their toothbrushes.
That's when I knew you were like so like more playful and more childlike than anybody I've ever met. Like you took this so seriously. And you knew, like, it doesn't cross your mind that, oh, they're children and they're not gonna be able to come back at me with the same.
Well, they tried. They were like, Aunt Sherell, drink this water. And I watched them put the salt in.
You were like, I know.
No, you suck at this. Better luck next time, dork.
Hilarious. That's number 4. You're good with kids, and you love kids, and they love when you tell stories about them, and they love when you hug them and you tickle them and you kiss their little cheeks and you play around on the floor with them, and you're just like, you're so lovable.
Aww. This is nice.
So
I like
lovable.
this. My love. I have like ADHD brain going.
It's okay.
I love how witty you are. What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
You told me in a little moment, you said, I have ADHD brain. And then you were looking out the window, and so it was I moved around to try to look in your eyes.
I looked over and you're just like,
trying to get you to look in my eyes so you're not distracted.
Weirdo.
Look at me. Look at me when you're talking to me.
Well,
when I'm talking to you.
My neck. It's my neck. Anyway.
What are you saying that you love about me?
I love how witty and quirky you are.
Oh.
You like, I told you all the time, but you're like the weirdest person I've ever met.
Hey, it takes one to know one. Seriously, our like weirdness matches each other to the T.
Well, I think when I met you, I was trying really hard to be super cool. And I was like, this chick is weird.
I thought it was weird that you were trying to be cool, I think.
Well, I realized how funny you were, and I realized my personality, when I'm not trying to impress people, naturally matches yours. And so I just got comfortable around you pretty much right away. And I was like, I like this. But you are so witty. And I think that's quirky about you, because I don't think everybody knows how witty you are. But your sense of humor is clever. Like you have sometimes you go into the frat boy type of
yeah.
Ew. That.
Wait, why did you bring that up?
Well, because one of the things I love is like you have a really witty sense of humor, and it comes out a lot when we're around your parents.
I feel like I have a bunch of different little characters that I bring out at different times.
No, I think you're pretty consistent.
I have a bunch of bits and stuff like that. Only you would know them.
I think you're pretty consistent. I think you're just really funny.
Thanks, Ben.
But no, I particularly think that you're very witty. Like your brain works very quickly, and it sees you when you tell a joke. It's not that you just tell the immediate punchline. It's like 5 steps that you have to get in order to get the punchline.
I don't know if I tell jokes. I'm more of just like riff off of what other people are saying, which is why I'm convinced that in another life I could be a comedian, but like,
baby,
I need to like riff with my friends.
Okay, but I genuinely think you are so witty. Like you're not just thinking of the immediate thing. And stop interrupting and telling me why I'm wrong. Like you're not.
Is this a fight?
Oh my gosh, be quiet. Get off the mic.
10th one
Get
this week.
off the mic. I genuinely think that you are 5 steps ahead of people. You're not just thinking about this thing. You're thinking of how that thing impacts that thing, impacts that thing impacts that thing. Like you're just always, you're just clever. And you're clever at your work, you're clever at your music, you're clever at how you produce your music, you're clever at the things that you create, like this podcast. You're clever at the advice that you give. Like everything that you do is just clever. Like if I look at your list, it doesn't make sense to me, but the way that you break things down, the way that your mind works, it's like a Rubik's Cube. Like you're just really witty and clever.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
You want to know something really weird that I did? Probably the weirdest thing I've ever done.
Is it appropriate for the podcast?
Yes. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Then absolutely. What is it?
Well, you were talking about like witty and clever, and for some reason this popped up in my mind. In college, I was in a sound design class, and we were coming up with some sort of production. Everybody had their part, and one of my parts was to come up with a composition for one of the scenes. It was like a kind of a play. And the only description I got from my teacher was to make something that was kind of chaotic, and like the theme was very avant-garde, very vague. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something crazy. And I play percussion, so this was a percussion based song. And in any case, there were a couple people that were gonna play the song, and I don't know how or why I got this idea, but I went online and I looked up the script to the Bee Movie.
Why?
And I made the rhythms of the notes the same rhythms of the words of the opening script of the Bee Movie.
What?
On different instruments.
Play it.
So like if I can't remember the beginning, but I went and like notated it and everything for this person to play percussion. So if he was saying, for example, "Hi, how are you?" the percussion would go like.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I thought it was funny, and I just wanted.
You're witty.
I wanted to do it, and it was a weird thing to do, and it was like a little secret to myself.
Did you get a good grade?
Yeah, probably.
Was this at Cal Poly?
Yes.
Well, you did graduate magna cum blah blah, so
Magna cum laude.
I'm sure you did well. That's awesome.
Thanks.
That's weird, babe.
But yeah, when you said weird, that's what I thought of. So
you know that I mean weird in a great way, though.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome thing. I still think it's funny. Like, I don't know why. It tickles me to make something that's a little like secret to myself. I think I probably told somebody and they were like, "That's so weird." And I was like, right? And then it was like,
and oh, it's funny.
Am I on the last?
On the last one.
The last thing I love about you.
Well, the last thing you get to say on this podcast episode.
Okay, the fifth thing that I love about you, that is only the start to a lot of things that I love about you, is, gosh, I gotta make it a good one.
They've all been good.
I gotta make it better than the last, if you know what I mean.
Yours have been very intentional and sweet. I feel like mine have been kind of like
okay, since you did like my eyes, I'll do something that's kind of surface level.
My butt. You're always on my butt. Always humping my butt. No! Always slapping my butt. Always like grabbing my butt. Literally, I'll just be laying on the bed and you just start jumping on me. Yep.
I'll put it in a better light for myself. Let me retell this story. She'll be laying on the bed and I'll be like, "Your butt looks so great." And then I'll just go and plop on top of you and just cuddle myself.
Sure, that's a tame version of what happens.
Yeah. No, that's not what I was going to say, babe.
Okay.
I love how you cook for me.
Oh. Of course you do. You're not crazy.
You're just like, I look over at you and you just make such good food. Okay, how I was talking about your people skills, it just comes naturally to you, and you just like, it just happens. When you're in the kitchen, something happens and you're like little ratatouille over here.
I'm a rat.
Yes, you're like, let me put this in and put this in and let me take a little taste with the spoon and let me just, oh baby, why don't you try this? Oh, I'm gonna try this new seasoning. And I'm like, people can try new seasoning and it tastes good. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know about that, because last night I made something so disgusting that I couldn't even finish.
That was like once in a million experience.
I was like, this is, don't eat it, throw it away.
The only reason it was bad, you made spaghetti, which was a simple meal, but you put in the garlic, you put in the
I made fancy spaghetti,
Yeah.
but guess what? It turned out gross.
The only reason that
I
it was
blame the
gross,
noodles. It was those noodles. We haven't used them before.
the only reason was because you didn't cook the noodles quite enough and they were still hard.
Yeah, there's some weird gluten-free type and they were not working.
It just wasn't great. But all the other
That's
times you've cooked for
disgusting.
me, I'm just amazed by how skilled you are. You're
Wow.
not even a chef,
No, and I never want to be, but I enjoy cooking.
but you could be.
I don't want that pressure.
And it's like, the thing is, even if I told you, oh my gosh, this was so good, could you like tell me what you put in it? You'd be like,
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. Watch next time. Sit down and take notes.
Basically. And then you'll make something amazing. You'll be like, I don't know what I did differently this time. And then the next time it's like, oh, the other time was good. And it's like, well, what was it? I don't know. So yeah, that's what I love about you. One of your many, many, many skills.
Well, tonight we're trying tilapia, so
Ooh.
hopefully it's good. We'll see.
Yes.
Dead
So
fish.
excited.
Dead fish.
You can't make
I
inside jokes on a
cannot.
podcast.
I really wish I could tell you guys,
No,
but I can't.
Another
It's
thing.
something intimate.
No. 5.5. 5.5 things I love about you is the inside jokes we have together.
Aw, those been going 4.5 years strong.
Number 5.
5 for you. This one's easy. I love your heart. I love how kind you are. It's the reason I fell in love with you, other than your talent. Your
Wait, by the way,
talent's
sorry.
insane.
I just like feel really bad that we like had an inside joke and then we didn't tell people what it was.
I literally can't.
Like, I feel like they're listening and they're like, oh, they didn't even acknowledge me. Like,
I did. I said I wish I could tell you guys, but I can't.
oh, sworn secret. Okay. Now that you'll know that I
You
felt
just
bad.
wanted me to say this again. you are kind. Point and case.
That's not as nice as the first time you said
Well,
it.
you interrupted.
Start again.
I can't get into my flow because you keep interrupting.
Okay, I'll give you a second to take a breath.
I'll give you a second to take a breath.
You're like, don't tell me what to
Okay.
do. Don't tell me to take a breath.
Next time we're doing 10 things I hate about you. I hate being
No.
interrupted by you.
I hate when you are upset with me.
Oh my gosh. Get over it.
Okay. You're like my heart and I'm so kind. That's
Yep.
what you were saying.
That's all she wrote.
Babe, no. I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
Yes, I love how kind you are. I watched you very carefully when we were friends. I watched how you treated people, watched how you treated your friends, your classmates, your professors, your family, guys that liked you and you did not have feelings for, strangers.
Oh.
I watched how you interacted with people because I wanted to see what type of person that you were. So when we were hanging out, I paid attention. And you are consistently, to this day, extremely kind. Like, you're always thinking about somebody else's feelings.
It's kind of a blessing and a curse sometimes, but
I'm not gonna let you interject to the negative. You're just gonna have to sit there.
okay.
So
Thank you,
you
baby.
you seriously are like you are considering when you need to confront somebody about something. The reason it's so hard for you is because you care about them and you are trying to figure out how to be kind. I don't think you're a nice person. I think you're a kind person, and there's a difference. I feel like nice people are polite all the time and kind of bubbly all the time, and I wouldn't consider you to be like bubbly. You know, we've got some friends that I would say are bubbly, like they're nice. I think that you don't care too much about being perceived as something. You just genuinely care about the person standing in front of you. So whether that's like that guy who plays piano outside of the grocery store, like
He's special.
You've cried when you talked to me about him. You just care about people. You notice people and you care about them, and you notice the cash register lady, and you just notice people and you genuinely care about them. And that has kind of softened my heart, because working in the industry I've worked in, you see the ugly sides of people, and kind of makes you have to be a little bit harder. And you, like, being married to you, being friends with you, dating you, you just consistently show me the beauty in people, and you're just constantly treating them as if they have gold in them, treating them as if they have worth, and it's beautiful. I love that about you. You're always kind, and to me too. Even when we fight, you're always kind to me.
You're so sweet, baby. Thank you.
Nah, she's crying again.
No, I think someone started cutting an onion next door. Outside the window.
Outside the window down the street.
Thank you, baby. It's nice to hear from you how you perceive me and the things you love about me, because it's kind of, I don't know, when you're a person, you just get stuck in your own self. You know what I mean?
So cute.
I just mean, like, you don't always notice you don't make themes about yourself or who you are or your character. But if you ask somebody
Unless
else,
you're an Enneagram 4 like me.
no.
Then that's all you do.
I guess so. Well, for me, it's hard to grasp who I really am. But people outside of me, like you, people that love me, can come up with like some common themes of who I am, and it's really nice to hear, because I want to be a kind person, and you know, I like to be perceived that way too, you know.
Well, thanks for all the things you
Thank
said
you.
about me.
You're welcome.
I feel like it's been very not refreshing, maybe that's the word, just more of like romantic. Like, it's been sweet.
It's
liked
been
it.
sweet. Aw, I think I deserve a kiss.
All right, I'm gonna make you dinner. You're gonna wash some dishes. We're gonna eat and watch the morning show.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Baby, wait, before that, what do we have on the calendar for Speaking of Roses?
I was gonna say, sometimes you like know something that I want to do and I forget about it, and then you bring it up again, and I'm like like one time you said, I brought home chips and like guac from the store.
Now I want some, dang it.
You were like, I brought home this stuff from the store, and I was like so excited, and then I forgot about it, and you brought me a plate to my desk, and I was like, oh my gosh. Thank you.
It's easy to surprise you.
So y'all, gang, wait, that's not appropriate. So y'all,
Gang.
I don't know, I feel like that's appropriation.
Street gangs. Appropriation to who?
To gangs. It's like when white people say like a hood thing, like, oh, in the hood. It's like, that's not a good look. You know what I mean?
Okay, well.
Okay, party people.
I feel like that's appropriation to white girls.
Okay, girlies.
Ew, I don't want to be a girly.
Theys, thems, all in between.
What do we call you guys? Give us a hint. What should we call the pod fam?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you had the funniest idea the other day.
What?
You were like, what if we call them our potty people?
What's up, potty people?
Like podcast.
Like party people, but potty people.
I don't think that's gonna work out.
I like it.
We're super mature. So the gigs we have coming up, if you want to see us play music and hang out coming live to you, we've got a ton of stuff in October.
Ooh.
So I've got it written down. Sunday, October 8th, we're playing at Halter Ranch Vineyard in Paso Robles. So if you're looking for
back in Paso.
Yep.
That's fun.
Back in Paso.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a minute since I've been to Paso.
Oh, I was there on Sunday, so I'll be back there again. Halter Ranch, October 8th, probably around noon, around wine tasting time. You can look it up on their website. Come hang out with us and have a fancy time with the wine.
That's nice. Hope I get some.
Next up, October 14th, we are playing Speaking of Roses, that's the name of our band. Speaking of Roses is playing at the Kick-Ass Mule Fest in San Luis Obispo.
Hey, Moscow Mules. That'll be nice.
Yeah, I wrote down a couple of notes about it because I wasn't sure.
Get some drinks.
I wasn't sure what it was about. But you can get whiskey mule, you can get vodka mule, you can get...
I know which one you're getting.
Gin mule. I don't know what the mule part is, but I know that I can take like vodka.
It's
but
like
what's
ginger beer. Like
it's
delicious. You'll like it. You've had a vodka mule before and you liked it.
So that is a ticketed event. So go online, Kick-Ass Mule Fest, October 14th. It'll say the time there. I think it's from 2 to 5, and I'm not sure when we're playing. October 15th, Sherell, I saw that you were playing with Cassie Nichols.
Hey, the one and only.
Moonstone Cellars.
That'll be fun.
October 15th, and Cassie Nichols is amazing, and you're amazing. So
it'll be an amazing show. Come out for it.
Yeah. And then last one for October 27th, we, Speaking of Roses, are at Sensorio in Paso Robles. So
high five. Ow. I'm sore.
You're so sore that a high five hurts.
Yes. I need to ice my pectorals. So
that is 4 chances between the start and end of October that you can see our faces singing to you.
So come out.
Come out and have a good time. Or just leave a review for the podcast. Both will work for gifting us with your words of affirmation.
We like gifts too. Send us some love in the P.O. box. We haven't made.
We already said that last time. We're going to sound desperate at some point.
Oh, it's funny.
Desperate for attention.
Well, that's why we made the podcast.
No, but actually, if you leave a feedback on the Spotify, shout out to one of my friends, one of my BFFs,
the one and only Aaron Wagner.
Swaggy Swagner. You have left a few comments on our Spotify podcast, and I love you and I miss you, and
hopefully we'll see you soon.
Tell me when you're coming to town. So just a shout out. We're going to shout out anybody that leaves a review. So if you want a shout out,
bad review,
we'll still shout you out.
Why?
Love where love is due. And they would need love to heal their hearts.
See, you're kinder than I. I'm like, I got a shout out for you, punk.
You're like raising your fist.
Want a knuckle sandwich?
Are you 40 years old?
No, but I was thinking of a Little Rascals.
Oh my goodness. I love you guys. Do you love them, Sherell?
I love you. Thanks.
You love me?
Yes. Wait, who? What?
It's getting late.
Okay.
Tell
love
them
you guys.
Love them.
Okay. I love you.
So much love.
Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for coming to our place. And we'll see you guys next week. Ciao.
Why? It's so weird. Bye, guys.
Bye.